Thank you and good evening. I'm here to speak in support of Councillor Dunn's motion on plant-based food and sustainable farming, and I'm disappointed that this motion is unlikely to be debated today. Councillor Dunn quotes ample scientific evidence to show that the massive emissions of animal agriculture have to be reduced if we're to have any chance of meeting climate targets. Almost every week sees new reports of intensive animal agriculture harming ecosystems and risking human health. Avian flu has led to the culling of millions of chickens, turkeys and ducks, the packed conditions in poultry units providing the ideal conditions for the rapid and uncontrollable spread of viruses, with huge risk to the wild bird population and to human health too. Effluent from intensive livestock units is released into rivers at dire cost to aquatic life. Equally concerning, a major survey reported last week found antibiotic-resistant bacteria in rivers close to intensive animal units. Because antibiotics are used routinely and indiscriminately on animals in intensive systems, superbugs can flourish as antibiotics lose their effectiveness. The World Health Organization estimates that antibiotic resistance will be the leading cause of death globally by 2050, a human health crisis. These factors add powerful arguments to the urgent need to curb our dependence on meat. A behavioral shift is urgently needed. Just as the public is being urged to switch to electric vehicles and to use renewable energy, and opportunities are being provided to help them to do so, encouragement must be given to move away from reliance on meat and dairy in our diets. This is a hard message to get across to the public, many of whom are wedded to habit, tradition and convenience. But that makes it even more important for councils and other organisations to lead by example. This shouldn't be regarded as taking away choice, but rather as using every opportunity to show that plant-based food can be nourishing, appealing, healthy, and very importantly, in the cost of living crisis we're now in, affordable. It's estimated that a plant-based diet can cost 2/3 less than a meat-based one. Serving plant-based food at council events is a way of normalising meat-free, climate-friendly options and helping people to move away from seeing meat as the centrepiece of every meal. It's crucial that public bodies offer this kind of encouragement and leadership.
I'm afraid are you very near the end?
Very near. Councillor Dunn's motion presents the council with a straightforward and immediately effective way of showing commitment to its environmental aims, joining other forward-thinking councils, such as the County Council, Lewisham and Haywards Heath. Can this motion please be debated without further delay, and will it receive full support from councillors?
Thank you very much indeed. I gather Councillor Brown, the leader, is going to respond. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord Mayor, and thank you very much, Linda, for coming to address Council today and for your excellent points on the environmental and cost-saving benefits of a plant-based diet and indeed the health benefits of a plant-based diet. Firstly, I'd like to say that as part of the Council's Oxford to Zero campaign, we've already advocated that people reduce meat and dairy consumption, and we've stressed this is as much for personal health benefits as well as for environmental ones. The Climate Action Oxfordshire Consumer Advice Portal, which all Oxfordshire councils have developed jointly, includes a handy tool to calculate your diet's climate footprint. Whilst we recognise that decisions on diet must be a matter for personal choice, we have consistently made sure that we have had, where in the past we have been catering for mass events, that there are plant-based options at every possibility. I think it's important to recognise that we don't any longer in this council provide food for councillors. So this motion is in large part a symbolic one, and it's perhaps one of the reasons why it has not had quite such a high priority on the agenda. I cannot guarantee you, I'm afraid, that it will be discussed today. In fact, I think, as you have quite rightly noted, it's unlikely to be discussed today. I'm sure we'll get round to discussing it at some point, but each time councillors do prioritise motions, and it's a democratic process that councillors go through to decide which motion should have greater priority. And at this particular council, we have chosen public transport and cost of living from our group's perspective as being the motions that we wanted to give the highest priority to at this council. That doesn't mean to say that we don't think these are important issues. The other thing I cannot guarantee for you is that there will be unanimous support, because again, it is a democratic process. It's open up to everybody in council to take their own view. I would encourage them to support the motion when it comes before us. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.